Oliver Aiku is the captain and center back of Japan's U-20 team. As one of the team's defenders, he plays a crucial role in the Iron Wall Quartet, a defensive formation that solidifies Japan U-20's strategy. Arguably, Oliver is one of the strongest, if not the best, defender in the Blue Lock universe. His team is famous for its strong defense and quick counterattacks, earning them the nickname the Diamond Generation. Oliver's primary weapons are his dominant physicality and spatial awareness. His powerful physique allows him to make plays with ease, while his ability to read the field helps him anticipate both his teammates' and opponents' strategies. Rather than marking a single opponent, Oliver predicts plays by analyzing the positions of every player on the field. As a captain, Oliver is known to be charismatic but also somewhat selfish. Before the U-20 match, he made a deal with Itoshi Sae. Due to Shido's rough behavior toward his teammates, Oliver demanded Sae to bring their team victory without using Shido. Oliver wanted to test Sae's capabilities with the current lineup. Sae agreed but added a condition. If his teammates couldn't keep up with him, he'd drop out of the match. One interesting fact about Oliver is his dream of becoming a striker. Even as a young kid, he was already considered a prodigy. He used his natural talent to fight for others and contribute to the team despite having a different objective. At first, Oliver wanted to focus on himself and his goal scoring. However, his coach insisted he follow the team's rules, and over time, his dream began to fade. Though he won school titles as a forward, Oliver found no joy in the game. Eventually, he realized he could never become the world's best striker. Years of prioritizing others over himself drained his ego, until it nearly disappeared entirely. During the U-20 arc, Oliver's goal as a defender is to shut down strikers and prevent them from achieving glory. He kept playing with that mindset and decided to stop playing football for others. But, while committed to this role, he refuses to become like the adults who crushed his childhood dream. If he sees a true striker struggling to reach their potential, Oliver will step in to help them carve their path to success. What sets Oliver apart is his unique perspective on defenders and strikers. In his own words, strikers are the robbers, and defenders are the cops. This perfectly reflects his mindset of shutting down strikers and stopping them from stealing goals. One of Oliver's most hype moments is the awakening of his flow state during the match against Blue Lock 11. This defining moment occurs when he blocks Yukimiya's shot from hitting the net. This state of being in the zone allows Oliver to become hyper-aware of his surroundings, quickly spotting critical gaps in the team's defense. He moves swiftly to cover those gaps, always staying one step ahead of the opposition. Kazuma Nio is one of the defenders of the famous Iron Wall Quartet. He is known as a stopper because he's not afraid to get physical with the opposing players. As a stopper, Kazuma relies on his strength and stamina to mark and shut down the Blue Lock 11 players. His primary abilities include dominant physique and physical pressure. As a power-type defender, Kazuma uses his incredible core strength to overpower attackers. Kazuma may seem laid back, but he has an aggressive personality. He's known for shouting while defending against opposing team members. He even refers to himself as a Doberman, tying into one of his most iconic abilities, the Doberman Charge. This skill lets Kazuma use his impressive core strength as an engine to apply intense physical pressure on opponents. By charging at attackers, he effectively blocks their path, limiting their ways to pass through. Unfortunately, the Doberman Charge was rendered useless against Rin in the flow state, who cleverly turned Kazuma's strength against him. Interestingly, Kazuma views Oliver as his owner. When Nagi mocked him as a guard dog due to his nickname, Kazuma simply smiled. He knows that his captain would capitalize on the opportunities he created. One of Kazuma's most memorable moments is his defensive play against Nagi. Early in the match against the Blue Lock 11, Kazuma aggressively positioned himself behind Nagi, preventing him from making any creative plays. But what makes Kazuma even more fascinating is his favorite manga. According to the second edition of the official Egoist Bible, Kazuma is a huge fan of One Piece. Teppei Neru is a vital member of Japan's U-20 team and serves as the third pillar of the Iron Wall Quartet. He is recognized as a speedy type defender. One of Neru's standout moments comes from his one-on-one duel with Yukimiya. Crucially, Yukimiya is known as an expert in one-on-ones in the Blue Lock universe. Despite this reputation, Yukimiya was caught off guard when Neru read his movements and reacted with incredible speed. Yukimiya tried to get past him, but Neru's lightning-fast movements came out on top and created a loose ball for his team. Before their one-on-one even begins, Neru compliments Yukimiya's glasses, pointing out how cool they are. Later on, he also made a funny nickname for him. This highlights Nero's relaxed and easygoing personality while still showing his competitive side, as he later challenges Yukimaya to a rematch. Neru is a fullback type of player. He mainly plays defensively and only rarely joins the offensive players of the team. His main ability, explosive acceleration, allows him to quickly catch up with an opponent. This speed gives Neru an edge in close quarters and one-on-one situations, letting him quickly move in and grab the ball before the attacker can react. This skill, however, can be countered by opponents who accelerate in the opposite direction. On top of that, Neru tends to struggle when facing multiple attackers at once. Miroku Darai is one of the most unique characters in Blue Lock. He plays a side-back defender and is the final member of the Iron Wall Quartet. Darai's personality and design draw inspiration from Buddhist beliefs. He views the football field as having a balance of yin and yang, specifically the front and back of the field. Another interesting aspect of his character is his tendency to poetically insult his opponents. During the match against the Blue Lock 11, Darai refers to Ita Atoya as a trashy lower-class ninja, and Baru as a bizarre joker. Darai's main weapon is called slipping behind. His exceptional off-the-ball movement allows him to prevent even faster opponents from getting past him. He achieves this through instinctive predictions, which he describes as following the smell of his opponent's movements. One of the most memorable moments is his close-quarters defense against Ita Atoya. In this match, Darai successfully kept up with all of Otoya's stealthy off-the-ball movements. He read Otoya's unpredictable footwork with precision, cutting off every possible escape route and completely neutralizing his weapon. Darai's strength lies in predicting an attacker's movements and positioning himself in that direction faster than his opponent. This ability shines when his off-the-ball movement outpaces that of his rival. However, it's less effective against physically stronger players or those with exceptional meta vision, like Rin. Despite this, Darai's adaptability allows him to learn from his mistakes and continuously improve. Like Neru, Darai is a no-nonsense fullback who prioritizes defense over flashy plays. Real quick, before we dive into more exciting characters like Shido and Itoshi Sae, if you're loving this Blue Lock content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Now, let's get back to the action. Sae Itoshi is a football prodigy who played as a midfielder in the match against the Blue Lock 11. Known as Japan's greatest treasure, Sae is widely regarded as the best player in his homeland. He is also one of the top 11 players in the world of the new generation, a group of international youth players expected to become the next football superstars. Originally, Sae was part of an international team. He only joined Japan's U-20 to get the chance to play against the Blue Lock players. However, Sae doesn't want to play alongside the national team's forwards. He views them as nothing more than a pile of insect dung, further showcasing his blunt personality and high standards. Since childhood, Sae has been cold and straightforward, a trait that persists as he grows older. This is evident when he insults the Japanese Football Association president and the U-20 team coach, calling them the Fatso and the Bobcut duo. Initially, Sae's only goal upon returning to his country was to renew his passport. He had no interest at all in the Japanese football team. However, after learning about the Blue Lock project, he decided to stay a bit longer. He's curious to know if the Blue Lock project can produce true strikers. And in fact, Sae was ultimately impressed by the Blue Lock players. He acknowledged that while they have some imperfections, their version of football is completely different from that of Japan's U-20 team. Sae is an exceptionally talented playmaker, whose creativity allows him to control the entire field. His cold and calculating personality reflects his approach to football, where he focuses on shutting down opponents beautifully. Sae boasts a wide range of abilities, excelling in passing, kick techniques, and counter-dribbling. On top of that, he also has incredible reflexes and exceptional meta vision. But what makes this character so interesting is the drama between him and his brother Rin. Sae has a complicated relationship with his younger brother, but it wasn't always this way. To understand how this all came to be, let's go back to where it all started. As a young child, Sae dreamed of becoming the best striker in the world. He won prestigious competitions and gathered numerous trophies, making Rin and his family proud. Rin admired Sae so much that he always watched his matches and saw him as the best player in the world. Sae also saw potential in Rin and once believed that his younger brother could become the best after him. Before going to Spain to play for Real Madrid's youth team, Sae and Rin made a promise. Together, they would become the best players in the world. Sae would be the best striker, while Rin would be the second best. However, years later, Sae came back with a new declaration. Instead of becoming the best striker, he changed his dream to becoming the best midfielder in the world. Playing professionally in the International League had exposed him to the shortcomings of Japan's football scene. Sae broke their promise, and Rin felt betrayed. For Rin, Sae was no longer the brother with whom he once shared a dream. This marked the beginning of the rift between the brothers. Sae respects skilled football players like Isagi and Shido. In fact, he is the only character in Blue Lock who can effectively control Shido. He even specifically requested Shido for the team, choosing him over his own brother. Although he doesn't like it when Shido gets too clingy, Sae acknowledges him as the ideal striker to play alongside with. Another fascinating detail about this character is his favorite anime. According to the official Blue Lock character book, Sae enjoys an old anime series called Chibi Maruko-chan, which apparently reminds him of his home. Kento Cho plays as a forward for Japan's U-20 team. His greatest asset is his tall height, which gives him an advantage in handling medium-speed, long-distance flow passes, something that players like Chigiri might struggle with. Kento is a winger, a type of player who stays near the sidelines to create scoring opportunities for the team. Wingers need speed, good ball control, and sharp passing skills to score goals. Interestingly, Kento's quiet and reserved personality has earned him the nickname Mannequin Man. One of Kento's most notable habits is cracking his knuckles when he gets serious, especially during high-pressure moments in a match. Despite Sae's critical view of the team's attackers, Kento proves himself to be a reliable teammate. He handles pressure well and shows a relentless drive to score, even when the odds are stacked against him. His most hype moment came from a 2v2 face-off against Ryusei and Hiyori Yo. After Sae unexpectedly passed the ball to him and Teru Kitsunezato instead of Shido, Kitsune juggled the ball and moved in opposite directions to get past the Blue Lock duo. Kento has the best synergy with Teru Kitsunezato and is often seen making plays alongside him, showcasing their smooth teamwork throughout the match. Teru Kitsunezato, or Kitsune as Kento calls him, is another forward for Japan's U-20 team. Kitsune's main weapons are his explosiveness and his ability to quickly rush from behind after a play. He's also a winger who places a strong emphasis on counterattacking. Kitsune believes that the key to a successful counterattack is simple: don't waste time and keep moving ahead. For him, that's the foundation of any effective counterattack. Kitsune is a friendly character who greatly values team communication. He goes out of his way to connect with his teammates, even with Sae, who clearly dislikes him and his team. After securing their first goal in the match against the Blue Lock players, Kitsune warmly praises Sae for scoring a great goal. However, Sae brushes off the compliment and expresses dissatisfaction with the team's performance. Kitsune is initially shocked but tries again during the halftime break. He acts as if nothing happened, urging Sae to join the strategy meeting and even asking for his opinions on their player formations. Kitsune also isn't afraid to be friendly with Shido, despite what he has done to their ace. Kitsune is fully committed to the team's victory and is willing to let Sae use him in whatever way necessary. He also acknowledges and relies on Shido's scoring prowess to achieve their goals. Like Kento, Kitsune's most notable moment came during their 2v2 matchup against Ryusei and Hiyori Yo. Wakatsuki Itsuki is a defensive midfielder for Japan's national team. His primary role is to play in front of the defense, mark the opponents, and intercept the enemy's offensive plays. He backs up Hayate Haru by pressuring the opposition and forcing them to pass the ball. Together, they lead the first line of the team's defense, creating opportunities for the Iron Wall Quartet to take control. Itsuki's distinctive design sets him apart from the other characters. Specifically, his black eyes and deep eye bags leave a strong impression on the Blue Lock strikers. Itsuki's main strength lies in his decision-making during defensive plays. His sharp observation skills allow him to read the game effectively, though he struggles to keep up with faster and more unpredictable opponents. Hayate Haru is the tallest player on Japan's national team and plays as a defensive midfielder. His primary role is to mark opponents who gain possession of the ball and pressure them into passing. Haru is skilled at buying time for his team to reposition and excels at regaining possession of the ball. Together with Itsuki, he sets the stage for the Iron Wall Quartet to tighten up the defense. Haru appears to be a calm and observant person. On the field, he relies on his instincts and observations to assess the situation. Haru's passion for the sport gives him a strong drive to win. He believes in his team, but isn't afraid to admit that they will struggle to win without Sae's help. Haru's key strength lies in his ability to accurately identify dangerous strikers. His rational mindset and deep understanding of the sport gives him an edge in reading the game. However, these abilities fall short against unpredictable players like Shohei Baru. Sendo Shuto is the ace player of Japan's U-20 team. His weapon lies in his pride as a regular forward of the best lineup in his country. Sendo mainly relies on his box-to-box play and his ability to act as a second striker. This means he's constantly moving up and down the field, assisting in defense when needed, and supporting the attack by creating or scoring goals. Sendo can also serve as a decoy for the main striker, creating opportunities for them to score. Despite his arrogant and prideful nature, Sendo is committed to contributing to his team in any way he can. As seen in the early stages of the U-20 arc, Sendo has a strained relationship with Shido. The tension began when Shido mocked Sendo's chances of becoming the world's best striker and slammed his face into a table. Sendo also dislikes Sae, as Sae believes he is unfit to be a striker. In Sae's eyes, Sendo lacks the hunger and desire needed to become the world's best. One funny aspect of Sendo's character is his dream of marrying a Japanese idol once he makes it big in his football career. While Sae sees this as shallow, Sendo doesn't think it's such a bad idea. In fact, one of his most memorable moments is when his dream evolves from marrying a Japanese idol to setting his sights on a Hollywood actress. Sendo hates being underestimated. As the team's ace, he feels frustrated and blames himself when they're at a disadvantage, and he can't score goals. One of Sendo's standout moments came when he stopped Bachira's strike from reaching the goal. He was fired up by the strength of his opponents, and he refused to give up his position to the Blue Lock players. His charisma also shines through as his declaration motivates the members of his team. Here's an interesting detail about Sendo. Just like Kazuma, he's also a fan of One Piece. Also, according to the official Egoist Bible, his favorite footballer is Erling Haaland, the Norwegian striker. Jin Fukaku is the goalkeeper for Japan's national team. His main job is to defend the goal by blocking shots and preventing the opposing team from scoring. Jin's exceptional instincts and deep understanding of football allow him to predict the best movements for the strikers to take their shot. He uses this insight to anticipate their moves, basing his reactions on the perspective of the opposing player. With his quick reflexes and spot-on positioning, Jin is the team's rock-solid last line of defense. He is always ready to block even the toughest shots by exceptional Blue Lock players like Ren. Ryusei Shido is arguably the most egoistic striker in Blue Lock. Unlike most characters, Shido doesn't aspire to be the best striker in the world. His main reason for playing football is his desire to enjoy life to the fullest. Originally, Shido was meant to play for the Blue Lock 11. However, due to Sae's demand to have him placed on the U-20 team, Shido had no choice but to follow their instructions. He didn't protest though, and even asserted his dominance on the Japanese national team by injuring their ace. Throughout the series, Shido has demonstrated incredible scoring ability and monstrous physical reflexes. His exceptional spatial awareness and quick reactions allow him to use every part of his body effectively to score goals. Shido also excels at executing drive shots. Some of his signature moves include the bicycle kick and the infamous no-look goal, a quick, unpredictable shot taken without even glancing at the goal. Shido is at his best in the penalty area. When he's in the zone, he can sense the goal without even needing to face it directly. Before the U-20 match, Shido had secured a spot among Blue Lock's top 2 players. He boasts an average of 2 goals per match, scoring all of them through his individual skills rather than relying on teamwork. Every movement Shido makes reflects his style of playing for himself. For him, football is not 11 versus 11. It's him against 21 other players. Shido is also an extremely violent player. His behavior both on and off the field makes it difficult for Ego to control him, which is also why he earned the infamous nickname Demon. In fact, no Blue Lock players, not even Isagi and Rin, could handle the eccentric egoist known as Shido. On the flip side, Shido can be deeply affectionate towards the people he likes. It was evident with Sae, who was the one who freed him from his chains. Sae wants Shido to unleash his ego and go wild for his sake. During the second half of the match, Shido managed to constantly create chemical reactions with Sae, forming an unusual yet effective partnership with him. What makes Shido such an intriguing character is his unique philosophy about football. To him, football is a biological phenomenon. It is the same as connecting with others, creating life, or crafting a masterpiece of art. Shido sees scoring a goal as equivalent to fertilization. The shot represents the seed, the net symbolizes the egg, and the birth of those new cells is what he calls an explosion. And that wraps up every Japan U-20 member in Blue Lock. Who's your favorite so far? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. And if you want more content like this, click on the video on your screen now.